Hi everybody, just wanted to try and field some of the questions that have been coming out with regards to the Australia Post changes which have been happening lately. So I'm going to run through some of the differences that are happening for you today and just talk about what's happening from a business perspective in terms of postage. So the first major date, I know you can't see the screen very well, the first major date to take note of is the 31st of March. So on the 31st of March, postage prices are going from 60 cents to 70 cents for your standard stamp. Obviously that then has an impact on large letters as well. Instead of $1.20, $1.40, instead of $1.80, $2.10. So it goes up along the lines with that as well. So from a business service perspective, the clean mail rates are going up from what they currently are at 58.3 cents right the way up to 66 cents per letter. And pre-sort and charity mail rates are also going up. The price varying between 41 cents and 66 cents depending on the service that you take. I won't go into too much detail about what clean mail and pre-sort are now. If you're not already using them, you can just drop us a line and let us know. We'll be more than happy to have a chat with you about how to access those services. Okay, so the interesting thing that Australia Post have done this time around with the price change is they've actually introduced a two-tier pricing which comes into effect not on the 31st of March as you would expect, but on the 2nd of June. So from the 2nd of June, you'll actually be able to access two different service levels in terms of the delivery of the letter. They've named this the priority, which was previously just the regular service, and the regular service, which was previously known as the off-peak or surface mail delivery. So the big difference in the two is in terms of the delivery speed. So your priority service is basically 1 to 2 day turnaround, and your regular is a 3 to 4 day turnaround, depending on the location it's being sent from and to. Some rural areas will take slightly longer than that, but that sort of gives you an idea as to the difference between the two time frames. Basically, this is now available on clean mail as well. So previously you could only access off-peak or surface mail if you were doing pre-sort letters, which is where you're applying the barcodes onto the individual letters for Australia Post. This is now opened up for clean mail, which means that you can actually get discounts on smaller lodgements that are sent regular rather than priority. The reason that you might send something regular rather than priority, one is, if it's sort of general mail that doesn't have a time-specific need. If it's invoicing, if it's for an auction invite or something like that, you might want to go the priority service because that does obviously have a time frame attached to it. One of the other key things to note is that your existing envelopes do need to be changed. So you'll see in my little diagram here, I can also send you a link. I'll put a link on for the Australia Post images. What they basically now have is the priority service actually has within the postage paid, just underneath it there, the word priority as part of the box, and the regular service, or what used to be surface or off-peak, is now your standard postage paid Australia stamp. Now, whilst the service comes into effect from the 2nd of June, these envelopes you can still use your existing envelopes up until the 31st of December this year. So what they've basically said is because the new regular service is the same as the old regular now priority service, they will use their best endeavours to deliver it based on the time frame. So what you're going to find is that if you're trying to send a letter priority using your old envelopes, the likelihood is that it's going to take the 3 to 4 days rather than the 1 to 2 days to get there. So be prepared for that if you are sort of looking at purchasing new envelopes, or if you're doing a mail out that is time sensitive. The discounts that are available on the now regular service as opposed to the priority is between 8.5 and 14%, depending on the service, whether it's pre-sort, charity, clean mail, etc. So what it does mean, or the silver lining I guess for businesses, is that whilst the postage stamps are going up to 70 cents, there are actually now some savings available to you in the other categories as well. So a bit of a silver lining there to take into account. So any questions, you can just email us at info@agentmail.com.au, or feel free to leave a comment or ask any questions. Thanks guys, have a great day.